Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is JK'z Rewatchable. Back up. Let's do that again. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is JK'z Rewatchable Hour. Hey, got it to work. Really good. I am your host, J Dubs. With me are my awesome. Thank you. Do I get a star, cookie, anything?
I get something.
All right.
Golf clap.
Yay, golf clap. With me tonight are to my left or your right, depending on how you're actually looking at this. My wife Jen, how you doing tonight?
Tired.
Oh, okay. So tonight might actually be the first night that we actually have somebody literally fall asleep on the show. You never know. Now below me and Jen is Miss Jackie Lynch. How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing okay.
Good. And last but certainly, obviously not least, is the one and only Mr. George Muzzy. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Doing good.
So just before we just, we're going to come up with a topic. You said that you just wanted a few minutes to...
A few minutes, yep.
The floor is yours, sir. Take as much time as you need.
Okay. We have talked many times on this show about mental health, and we've been, it's one of our main topics. We keep coming back to it. And we have mentioned a few times about finding a group of friends that support you no matter what and are there whenever you need it for whatever you need. On February 21st, my wife lost her mother. And I'm going to tell you viewers that this group of friends stepped up. I mean, Sunday, we met with the funeral director and made the plans. And as soon as I said where the reception was going to be, like almost immediately, Jennifer said, "Do you need anything for it?" She like instantly said that. And Jeff almost instantly said, "So when is everything going to be?" Now this group of friends not only showed up, they each brought something, and none of that was asked of them. We didn't ask them. We were just informing them of what's going on, and they stepped up, and they were there in our darkest hour. If you don't have a group of friends like that, you need to find a group of friends like that. And because of the same group of friends, and I had an outlet to tell my story over about a year and a half ago. This was the first time we've had a loss since my emotions have started to come out. And at the moment, it didn't feel right. But later, it was like showing those emotions relieved some of that stress. And this group of friends did all of that for me without me asking, without any asking, without any begging. I didn't expect any of it. They just did it. And I appreciate that. And I want to say to the viewers that if you don't have a group of friends like that, you need to find that group of friends. That's it.
So
I stunned Jeff.
Yeah, no, it's just we all knew that you wanted a few minutes. I just was not expecting that very tearful. I don't really know. One of the few times on the show that I'm just at a loss for words. So. I don't know.
Well,
go ahead, Jackie.
okay. Jeff. George, being that we are the group that we are, of course. I mean, that's just what we do. And it took how many years to really get this great circle that we have, so
Yeah.
It's not going to be something that people might not have actually, but
Yeah.
I think what people need to do is just start concentrating on who is important and just
Right.
checking people out of their life. I mean, there's no sense in the world of keeping a negative Nancy in their circle, or, just a Debbie Downer, or somebody that just doesn't show up, or is there and, not physically show up, but at least, participates in what we do. Because obviously there's times when I can't show up, and when Aline can, and when Eric can, and we all maybe can't do it all at the same time. But, I am glad that we have this circle. And I think if it happened to anybody, you guys would be there for any one of us. So.
No, absolutely, Jackie. And one of the first things that Jen said, she was like, we should just get this, like, the platter. Sorry, I just cannot think. I was the veggie.
Mm-hmm.
Veggie platter, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's just a great idea, because that's just something that people, just don't think about, the simplest snacks or whatever. And I remember I said, I'm going to get out early. We're going to head down. And of course, I had these stupid transition glasses, and we walk into the funeral home, and everything just goes dark. I'm literally, and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to take away any importance of what George was saying, but it's just a small little comedy thing here. I'm walking in, and I'm literally trying to look underneath my glasses because everything is so dark. And I'm just following Jen. Next thing you know, I look over and I have to do this. I have to go, okay, it is George. And so, then George and we embraced. And, but yeah, it's just, I think that's, me, I'm kind of like the go from 0 to 60. Jen is like, well, we should probably do all these little things, because I probably wouldn't have thought of doing the stuff that, that she had suggested and stuff like that. And, but I just think that it's really important to be there for people. Everybody's going to work. Everybody's going to do this, but you can just take a moment. So, and we sat in the off room or whatever, and we just sat there and we watched on the screen and all that, and so I just. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. Just letting people know that you're there is the most important thing. So, and then of course, we get to the not the reception, but whatever's want to be called. I really can't say a word today. Can you help me out here?
Focus.
Can you help me out? And then we all just sit at the same table. The four of us, Aline's daughter, and I just thought, obviously George's wife, Jen, and it was really nice to meet your kids and some other people, and I don't know, I felt like it was exactly how it was supposed to be. Yeah. You're all talking. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I know after a very rough week, I know Jennifer's eyes, my wife's eyes, lit up when she saw each one of you. She was, just happy that somebody was there, even though they didn't necessarily know her mother. I mean, I know some of you have maybe met her. I'm sure you have. I know Jeff has for a fact, long time ago, but maybe the rest have seen her around or whatnot, because she was always out in the community doing things. But you didn't really know her. I mean, Jeff, when's the last time you saw her? Probably that you remember. Probably, I don't know if you went to Jennifer's graduation party, but that might have been the last time you might have seen her.
Very well.
And that was what, 1993, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, because if you viewers don't know, Jennifer and Jeff graduated the same year from our school.
Me, I'm younger.
Me too.
But I know she likes seeing all of you. It was different. It was a change of pace. It was like I can breathe,
Mm-hmm.
Because that week, I mean, and she's kind of going through a little bit of it daily now because she took an extra week off. I went back to work Monday. She took another week off because they got to do a lot of the legal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's got to, Social Security and all this other stuff because we still got to take care of her younger handicapped brother.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. And so I know seeing you guys just show up and everything, the fact that you brought things, I mean, not too many of the family brought anything.
Oh.
There was a few, like the mac and cheese was from her aunt and uncle on her father's side. And there was a couple other things that were brought, but a lot of family didn't even, bring anything. They weren't asked to, so it's nothing against them.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't asked to bring anything, but neither were you, and you guys asked us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was important.
I think, when people just ask, just from my standpoint, or my view is, it just, like, if somebody says, I could really use, I don't know, let's just say, like, it was somebody, lawn hasn't been mowed in a week, people go down and mow your lawn. It's just one less thing people have to worry about. So like you said, Jen and some other people have to do the legal stuff, and then that's just a pain in the ass. And, to help people, just even if it's for 5 minutes, to get their mind off it. I think that's really what the purpose was.
Right. I want to say, and this is on a health kind of sidetrack for a minute. I want to make sure that everyone knows, everybody looks, and they become more aware. Like if your parents, their health declines a little and they're not necessarily telling you everything, try to get more involved, because apparently her low blood pressure had been an issue for a lot longer than we knew. Me and Jennifer, who are pretty well involved with her parents, had been for a long time. Didn't even hear about the low blood pressure until Friday morning, the 20th. Hadn't even heard about it. And the only reason Jennifer said, the doctors in Ithaca at the Hugo Medical Center were really concerned with it. So apparently she had been low blood pressure for a while. So try to get involved if you have elderly family that are having health issues, just so that way maybe if they don't ask the question, you ask the question. I don't know if that would have changed anything. I don't know if they could have done anything. But it's the point that if you don't ask the question, they can't try.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I can only just speculate because I did not know your mother-in-law, but listening to not only you, but one of your, I believe it was one of your daughters that spoke first.
yeah.
And just listening to you, and I don't remember everything, but the one thing I remembered was you said that if you went up to her and asked her, your mother-in-law, if, hey, you got a couple of dollars, if she had $2, it was no longer hers, it was yours now. And it seemed like, the way I took it, she was always putting everybody first before her own health. So I can only just speculate and just offer my opinion that maybe she just didn't want to trouble you or anybody. I mean, just from everything that was said at the funeral home, it just, like, she just wanted everybody else around her to be better, be happy, and have not to worry about her.
Yeah, I believe that, but I guess what I meant when I said that wasn't just if I went up and asked her.
Right.
If you went up to her and if she knew you, or maybe didn't even know you that well, and you needed a couple bucks, if she had it, it was yours. That was anybody. It didn't have to be somebody she knew well, just somebody she knew. So, that's just the kind of person she was. She helped out in the community all the time. It only got more when she retired. When she retired from the state, it even got more. I mean, she was given later on a part-time job at the library for a little while. Not long, but most of the stuff she did at the library was volunteer. The food pantry, she would literally, for people that couldn't go to the food pantry, they would put their name on the list. She would get their food and she would transport it to them.
Wow.
On her own time. She would leave the food pantry, have her stuff and have everybody else's stuff and take it to them. There was an old Amish family that lived kind of across the way, and she would go out to them all the time. She would go over there, help them out. He was much older. He was probably 80, and she would go over and do things for them, and she'd help anyone, literally. So yeah, I mean, that's just how she was. That's just what she did all the time.
Right. You can let your wife know that she couldn't duck out of the.
You couldn't duck completely out. Well, she's letting you know that you're number one.
She didn't have her invisibility cloak.
Yeah, she's letting you know that you're number one.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just how she was all the time. And see, now she didn't even avoid it.
No,
We saw her again.
I guess George bought her those expensive boots.
No. Oh no. No. Not after Sunday. I'm going to pick up some overtime to try to make up for some of what happened on Sunday. So.
Right on.
Yeah, it was just weird that happened during the week I was off, at least,
Yeah.
that our water heater went down. So.
Oh.
Yeah, but we should get reimbursed for the water heater because it's only like a year old.
Oh wow!
And it started leaking. Yeah, it started leaking.
Yeah, there's like a 5-year warranty on that, isn't there?
Yeah. So we'll get at least the money back for the water heater itself, and that's fine. That's all I need. That's going to be like $419. That's fine. I mean, I spent $600, just under $600 on the whole project, but I got lucky. I had some free labor, so
There you go.
yeah. It just happened to be my mother-in-law's 2 nephews one's an electrician, one's a plumber, so.
Oh,
Nice.
And they were up from Florida, so they did not like Sunday weather.
Yeah, versus Saturday.
Yeah. Well, they're from New York. One of them, his family used to live in Groton, just the other side of Ithaca, and the other one, they lived up more near Medina, that area, which is on the way to Buffalo-ish way. So they moved to Florida. And they got used to the Florida weather, and they did not like Sunday, Monday here.
Yeah,
Friday, Saturday, they were okay with. They actually said Saturday was warmer than what it was supposed to be in Florida that day. But they said Sunday was not warmer than Florida.
Yes, Saturday was nice, and then Sunday, wow, that was just like
Yeah, but it's coming back now. By Saturday, it's supposed to be almost 70.
Yeah, rain.
And rain and
rain. Yeah. I don't think it's supposed to rain until later, though. I don't think it's supposed to rain in the morning, but we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see how correct. We'll see how correct our awesome weathermen are.
I know. Last week it was sweatshirt in the morning and t-shirt in the afternoon coming home. So.
Oh yeah. And if I learned anything else on Saturday, I learned that I cannot let Aleen's daughter come to my house ever. I will not be able to wear any clothes because she'll steal all of my damn shirts. I have seen her 3 times. I saw her before our Christmas party. I met her at Aleen's house when I was dropping stuff off to Aleen. Or maybe I was picking up stuff from Aleen. I don't know. I don't remember. And then I saw
Chili
her,
or something.
I had a coat on the day I met her at Aleen's house. So that was just my work coat. So that was no big deal. But then we saw her at the Christmas party, and then I saw her on Saturday. Both of those shirts she wants. So I know that she's not allowed in my house, or I'm not going to have any shirts to wear because she's going to steal everything I own.
She better not touch that boy band shirt, right?
Well, I don't think she'll take that. I might have that to wear. But yeah, a lot of my shirts that I wear over my t-shirts are flannel. And apparently she loves flannel. And then that green shirt I wore Saturday, she wanted that.
I like that shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. So to let the viewers know, my mother-in-law's favorite color was green. And so everybody, all the family wore green. Many others wore green as well. And also her favorite 2 flowers are sunflower and a yellow rose. Yellow rose is her favorite overall. So a lot of the people had like a rose of some sort or a sunflower of some sort on their outfit. So rather than dress in suits and everything, would dress the way that she would want us to dress.
Yeah. How is your father-in-law currently doing?
Day to day, I know Monday they were actually going to go to Social Security on Monday, but his back was bothering him a little, so which happens from time to time. So they did not do that. But he's up and down, obviously, just like the rest of us, will be good. And then something small, like I'm sure like he'll run across something in the house and he'll be like, oh, that's hers. And, but, just it's day to day. I mean, what's that? He was sitting in her chair today. So that's different because he's always in his chair in his one corner, and he was sitting in her chair today, I guess, when Jennifer went down. So that's something new. And I'm not sure if the dog seems to still be looking around for her, and that gets to him, and the cat has never climbed up on most of us, and lately the cat's been climbing up on everyone, and so it's it's going to be that way for a while. I mean, they were together almost 55 years, so so it's just something we gotta move, not, I don't want to say move on, because it's not. We just, get through it, deal with it, and like you had said, there was a post, Jeff, that you had said that there's no time limit on
grief. Yeah.
On grief. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we might have, 4 or 5 months where we're fine, and then something's going to come up. I know this year is going to be rough because it's going to be like a big holiday for her family always was the 4th of July. So we're going to get to that's when their family used to. They haven't done it in a few years as some of the people where we went got older. But like they used to always meet in Akron, New York, which is on the way to Buffalo, just off. When you get off the thruway, you go to Darien Lake.
Okay.
If you go when you hit Route 5, instead of crossing Route 5 to go to Darien Lake, if you take a right and go about 5 or 6 more miles, right off of the highway, right off of the Route 5 is Akron. So it's right up there. It's right up near Darien Lake. We used to go up there, and then we used to go, so the 4th of July, it's going to be, it's our first 4th of July without her. Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's all going to be, it's the first time without her,
Mhm.
So I'm sure the next year we're going to have a lot of moments, but I mean, we deal with it and we'll move, we'll just keep going, just keep doing what we need to do and just remember her as we do it.
Yeah, there's no quote unquote playbook for what you're supposed to do, and nobody
Right.
nobody has the right to tell you or Jennifer or your father-in-law or your kids or anybody, that what or how to deal with anything.
Right.
Like you're going to have your good days and you have really bad days, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you again. If the bad days get too much, just give me a call.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm sure Jennifer, your Jennifer could call Aline, Jennifer, Jackie, but the one thing that I always don't like from people is if they say, get over it or it's been long enough. No, there really is no timetable. There's,
No.
it just is. It's like you said, her favorite holiday was 4th of July, but there's going to be something that's going to make you remember her, and you're not going to be able to keep it together. And I'm just telling you that from that's okay. Don't
Right.
And I'm not telling you that you would be. I'm saying don't be ashamed or be embarrassed, because you're supposed to feel like that. You're supposed to just tell stories of her.
Oh yeah.
That helps. Just never be ashamed of how you feel or whatever. So it's just because I think if somebody says, get over it or it's been long enough, first that person should be punched in the face. And I literally mean that, because, like I said, people are going to have their good days, bad days, but when you have that one bad day, you might be driving to work and you might have a memory, or you might hear a song, or you might see your favorite color or something, green or whatever.
Yeah.
It's perfectly okay to not be okay that day. But if it gets too bad, call me.
Yeah.
Call
Absolutely.
Jen. Seriously.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. It's just, it's gonna be hard for a while, and like I said, we're gonna have our good days, we're gonna have our bad days. And sometimes we're gonna have a good day and it might just be a bad couple minutes, but I mean, it's gonna take time, because, of the type of person she was, and how she cared about other people, probably more than herself. So,
Mhm.
And I remember at the service, and again, I'm not trying to take away any importance. First, your daughter came up, and like within 30 seconds, I mean, I had some tears.
oh my God.
And I'm like,
I'm gonna stop you for a second, because when she got out and started talking, and I'm like, oh my God, maybe I should have gone first, because I'm like, how am I supposed to follow this?
so of course, I'm like, because I was very touched. I love when people share that emotion, and so I'm sitting here doing one of these, and I'm like, okay, George is coming up, and I'm like, I'm listening, and when you said her she went for a test and it came back, and you walked in, and in front of your father-in-law and your wife, she said, "Hey George, I'm not pregnant." I remember I was just like, I wait, can I clap? Can I laugh? I'm like, I guess I can't, but
Wow. I have to say it the way she said it, because you left an important part out. She literally looked at me and said, "George, you will be happy to know I am not pregnant." And everybody's looking at me like, why would I be happy that she's not pregnant? Well, I'm happy you're not pregnant because, you don't want another child, but why would I specifically be the only one happy that you're not pregnant? She was getting a full hysterectomy, and they have to run a pregnancy test. They can't give you a hysterectomy if you're pregnant. So that was just her sense of humor. And everybody laughed at the funeral, and they also laughed at the service when I said I'm not going to tell her favorite joke.
Yeah, because it probably wouldn't have been appropriate for a
No, especially with the minister like 3 feet from me.
Yeah.
It definitely wouldn't have been a great joke to tell right there. But and the other part where I said that's how, like, she always tried to make me a year older early. She did that probably in the 30 plus years that me and Jennifer were married together. I probably heard it 20 times. And I literally think she counted 71 as 1, 72, and so on. So she always tried to make it a year early. Oh, this year, me and Ralph are going to be married for 35 years. No, only 34. You got another year. Don't make me too old. Stop trying to age me.
But, these stories, it just goes to show how close you and your mother-in-law are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She definitely, and I don't want to say, because when we got married in 95, I was 24. I had actually turned 24 on our wedding day because we got married on my birthday. I knew the family for 12 years at that point. I don't think I met her when I was 13, but I met Jennifer when I was 12. Just happened to be my aunt and my cousin and Jennifer were good friends. And my aunt had invited the older kids over to watch a movie. I even remember the movie, and it was I know it was 1983. In 84, early 1984. I remember the movie. And when I tell you the movie, you're going to think, well, that is actually one of the worst in that whole series of movies.
Okay, what is it?
Superman 3.
Okay.
Which is the worst one of all of Christopher Reeve's Superman movies. It's the worst of all 3 of them.
Is that the one
where he fought himself? Where Superman went bad for part of the movie, and he actually fought himself for a while. He destroyed the oil tanker.
Drawing a blank, but continue.
All right.
I vaguely remember him. But...
Yeah. I don't remember that much of it. I haven't seen it. I probably never watched it a second time. That's how terrible it was. It was a terrible movie. Absolutely brutal. Of all of that series of the Christopher Reeves Superman movies, that was the worst of them. But it had debuted on Cinemax, and we had just moved into our house, which is, if you know where my in-laws live, it's on the side road, right down the street from where we live right now. That's where we had just moved in. We had moved in February. And so this was like probably March. And yeah, so it had just debuted on Cinemax that weekend, and my aunt brought us down. So we didn't have anything in the house. We had electricity, but we didn't have cable TV. We didn't have anything yet. We weren't even in there that long, and we were still getting settled. And my aunt decided, get the kids away for a little bit, the older kids away for a little while. because there was 6 of us in the house, 6 kids in the house. So, yep. And then that summer is when I met her mom. So I don't know if it would be to 12 years, but not long after meeting her, she accepted me into the family and whatnot, basically as like an extra kid, which she did to so many others. Pretty much all of the kids' friends, all of her and her brother's friends were basically part of the family. I mean, but she would, like, I don't remember, it was through, do you guys remember the JTPA program?
Yep.
Yeah. They gave different jobs around the community. I actually got a summer job at Willard. And there'd be times she'd give me a ride to work. I'd have to get a ride home because we didn't work all day. Because of my age, I can only put in, I think, 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't able to stay all day, but at least I didn't have to worry about the morning. She would take me to work in the morning many times. Just because, hey, I'm not to mention she was going there. So it's like, you live a couple 100 feet away from me, why not make it so no one else has to get up and take you to work? So that's just the kind of thing she would do.
Just hold that thought real quick, George. I'm just going to take a quick commercial break.
All right.
Back.